Let's face it, the Silverado just hasn't been keeping up. Lifter failures, glitchy DFM, and those transmission gremlins have pushed loyal buyers into the arms of Ram, Toyota, and Ford. Even die-hard Chevy fans have started losing faith. GM knew they had to act, and now, they finally have. Nearly $900 million is being poured into high-tech engine plants where General Motors will forge the next generation of V8 power, built for real truck duty. No more band-aids, no carryovers. We're talking all new internals, fresh machining, advanced systems, and clean sheet engineering. It's not just a refresh, it's a full-blown reboot of what powers the Silverado. And the timing is perfect. As the current generation Silverado wraps up its 7-year run, the 2026 model isn't just getting a new heart, it's getting a whole new look and brain. Sharp cosmetic updates and cutting-edge tech will complete the makeover. Let's dive deep into every change, upgrade, and powertrain breakthrough in the all-new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 redesign. New V8. General Motors is putting serious money, $888 million to be exact, into new facilities built to crank out the next generation of V8 engines. That's not pocket change, and it's not a soft refresh either. This is the real deal: new equipment, new tech, new blocks. And frankly, it couldn't come at a better time. The current batch of V8s in the Silverado has been, let's just say, controversial. You don't have to list the symptoms. If you've owned this truck or even just hung around forums, you know the reputation. It's taken a toll on loyalty, even from longtime Chevy fans. That's why this move matters so much. GM isn't just tweaking the old engine or slapping on a bandage, they're starting fresh. We don't have the spec sheet yet, but one thing is sure: these units are all new top to bottom. And there's more. In a market that's sprinting towards smaller turbocharged 6-pot mills, GM's decision to stick with 8 cylinders feels downright rebellious. Ram dropped the Hemi, Toyota's twin-turbo V6 took over in the Tundra, Ford still offers V8, but it's optional. Chevy holding the line on naturally aspirated V8 power could end up being a major advantage, especially for truck buyers who still believe there's no replacement for displacement. A new V8, one that's reliable, torquey, and built from scratch, might be exactly what the Silverado needs to get its swagger back. Full redesign. The new powertrains are grabbing all the headlines for good reason, but there's more cooking for the 2026 Silverado than just what's under the hood. This truck's been running the same generation since 2019, and 7 seasons is a long time in truck years. That means a full redesign is on deck, and it couldn't come soon enough. Don't expect a complete departure from the Silverado's tough, boxy stance. That's part of the brand's identity, but we'll likely see sharper lines, cleaner LED lighting, and a front end that leans a little more aggressive without going full alien spacecraft. The new Silverado should be something that says work truck and weekend toy hauler in the same breath. But beyond looks, what really matters is how it feels to drive. Steering feel, suspension tuning, road manners, those things add up fast. If Chevy can smooth out the ride without softening the truck's character, they'll be in good shape. There's also talk of updated driver assist tech and smarter towing features, which would give 2026 Silverado a leg up with buyers who need their truck to do serious work and look sharp doing it. More changes inside the cabin. Over the last few years, GM has stepped up its game when it comes to in-cabin tech. But for 2026, they're going a step further with something that could really separate them from the rest. Ultifi system isn't just a fancy name for infotainment, it's a whole new vehicle software platform. It brings over-the-air updates that actually matter, customizable interfaces, quicker feature rollouts, and deep integration between the truck systems. From climate control to towing aids to app-like add-ons, it's designed to make your Silverado smarter as it ages. No other truck maker is offering something this ambitious yet, not Ford, not Ram, not Toyota. As for layout, you can expect familiar crew cab and double cab options to return, with seating for the job site and the family trip both covered. Regular cab is still in the mix, mainly for fleet buyers and old-school purists. What's going on with the Silverado EV? With the current administration easing up on EPA emissions rules, there's already a shift happening across the auto industry. Suddenly, there's a little less pressure to downsize engines or rush toward full electrification. Still, just because the pace is slowing down doesn't mean the game is off. GM has already sunk serious money and years into electric vehicles, and the Silverado EV is one of the crown jewels in that lineup. They're not about to shelve that investment. The electric Silverado is still coming, and it's still an important part of Chevy's long-term strategy. It just might not be the main focus right now. What's clear is that internal combustion is getting its moment back in the spotlight. With a new V8 powertrain on the way, GM is shifting its attention back to the trucks that still make up the backbone of its sales, at least temporarily. That's where the volume is, that's what most buyers still want. But electrification isn't a sprint, it's a slow climb that'll peak years down the road. For now, it's the return of the V8 era. When will the new V8 be ready? Right now, the spotlight's on Tonawanda Propulsion Plant. That's where GM is pouring nearly $900 million to overhaul their facilities, getting the factory ready to build the next-gen V8 engines. But here's the catch, it's not a flip-the-switch moment. The plant upgrades are still in progress, and the new engines aren't rolling off the line just yet. That gives GM a little breathing room, and a critical window. As they retool the factory, they're also finalizing the development of this new powertrain. Everything from internals to calibration is getting dialed in before it hits mass production. And once it's ready, it'll be paired with the redesigned Silverado, packing in not just a new engine, but also new styling and a smarter infotainment system to match. But here's the real kicker, GM doesn't have too much time to sit back and fine-tune forever. They're already trailing Ford and Ram trucks in some key areas, and this upcoming Silverado has to hit hard from day one. Rivals are aware of the changes, and as soon as this new Silverado shows up with fresh power under the hood and a sharpened look, you can bet Ford and Ram will punch back. This is a heavyweight fight, and GM knows they can't afford a slow start. Price, the big question. Let's not sugarcoat it, truck prices have been climbing for years. Sometimes with a cause, sometimes without. But this time, there's plenty of reason. New tariffs are hitting the auto industry hard and truck makers are already adjusting their price sheets. On top of that, GM's investment into the complete redesign of the Silverado and the massive rework of the Tonawanda plant all come with a steep bill. And someone's gotta pay it. So yeah, the 2026 Silverado will cost more, you saw that coming. But here's where GM has to play it smart. These upgrades are huge, game-changing even. But if they push the price too far, especially on the base and mid-trim models, the ones most buyers actually drive, they risk losing the very audience they're trying to win back. It's a balancing act. Build the best Silverado in years, fix the issues that chased people off, and then price it into oblivion. That would be a disaster. Sure, the high-end trims will flirt with six figures, that's just how the market works now. But General Motors can't forget the core, the builders, the haulers, the daily drivers, Silverado fans who want a capable and good-looking truck that doesn't come with a second mortgage. If GM nails this truck, and all signs point to them really trying, then pricing it right is the final piece of the puzzle. Get that wrong, and all the tech, torque, and tuning in the world won't matter. Get it right, and Silverado could be back on top where it belongs.